Hello everybody, and thank you for joining me for our complete unboxing of the Khans of Tarkir Fat Pack. Now this is something they do for every single release. They have a Fat Pack that includes 9 boosters, has a collector's guide, it has some like basic land packs and stuff like that, and kind of gets you started in sort of your collection when you're looking for, getting started with a new set. So for Khans of Tarkir, we're going to dive right into this thing, and it should be super sweet. All right, so let's get started. Here's the Khans of Tarkir Fat Pack. It includes 9 boosters. They make a whole big point of that, so you know how much sort of value you're getting out of this thing. And here is the key art for the set, which is the Mardi Horde, as they are awesome. So let's take a look at trying to get this thing open and the experience of unboxing. I love it. I love it. I love the watching unboxings of this type of stuff. It's always very exciting. Certainly, if we can pull something super, super shiny and foily, which would be sweet. Get rid of this stuff here. We have our Khans of Tarkir sleeve, if you will, and we kind of pull that out, and we have the sweet box, which is very nice. Box over here, same artwork on the back, and we'll get to that in just a second. Here we have our sleeve, which folds flat. We have our little cardboard insert to make things more sturdy. Able to pull out the collector's guide. So here we have our sleeve. It flattens out, obviously, and on the back here talks a little bit about the contents and a little bit about sort of the different types of products of Khans of Tarkir. Over here you have the intro packs, and of course you have the booster packs, and here it talks about the contents of the actual Fat Pack itself. So let's take a look here. We have a player's guide. Now they do these for every set, as I mentioned, and they generally have a few article type things, where they kind of explain the world and the lore and stuff like that, and like what the clans are and what their colors are, and what those types of things, what their aspect of the dragon is, its endurance, its speed, its savagery, its cunning. Goes over here and again goes more into the lore of all the different 5 clans, who they are, why they are the way they are, all that good stuff. Talking about here, we're talking about Obzon. Here's Anafenza, who's really sweet. There's the Jeskai Way. I like how they all kind of have their own little shtick. You know what I mean? They have the Obzon houses, and they have the Jeskai Way, and they have the Sultai Brood, and they have the Mardi Horde, and they have the Teamer Frontier. So I think that's really cool, and I like that a lot. Over here we have a Planeswalker profile of Sarkhan. Now they generally they kind of switch it up. Now you're not always going to see a Planeswalker profile. You're not always going to see each individual bit over each individual type of clan or collection of creatures or whatever, or type of thinking there is. But regardless, having a Planeswalker profile is cool, particularly for those who haven't lived in a world where we've seen 2 different Sarkhans, or I'm sorry, 2 different Sorins printed, and this is our 3rd iteration with Solemn Visitor. Here, now this is generally correct in terms of like always being present in the player's guide. There is the 10 coolest cards, which I always thought was interesting. Particularly as this one is written by Jerry Thompson, Magic developer. He was an intern for a while in Wizards of the Coast, and I did not know that he actually wrote this, which I think is sweet. So I want to see what he has to say about Wingmate Rock. That was my spoiler. The Mardi Horde has lots of cards that reward you for being aggressive and attacking every turn, but few provide as much value as Wingmate Rock. A pair of 3/4 flyers can end the game quickly, so keep up the attack and let your Wingmate Rock help carry you to victory. That's really cool. So yes, it is super powerful. I guess it's not as cool as Murderous Cut because whatever. There's a cool scale out there, which is fine. Talking about Morph. Magic of the Spirit Dragon. Apparently they attribute Morph as Magic of the Spirit Dragon, which they can do that all they feel like, which is fine with me. As long as we get Ugin at some point, I'll be happy. And over here we have sort of just basically an advertisement for more Khans of Tarkir products. There's also the Deck Builder's Toolkit if you wanted to get that. And then we begin the card encyclopedia, which is, again, just kind of shows you every single card, which I think is sweet, and allows you to really get a grasp of the set. If you don't have the time to hang out with me and Brad and listen to every single card being discussed, you can certainly get your player's guide, kind of just look through these. They're all in set number order, so you can see where you are. And really interestingly, they actually put like 160 through 168 on here in terms of the collector number, which I think is cool. I don't recall seeing like this exactly. And a lot of these players' guides, they kind of go through iterations. They go through evolutions. As they keep doing them set after set after set. And back here we have a card checklist, which are able to collect all the cards and all the things. And they have circles and squares. And I feel like that's, different ways that you can mark what you want, what you need, what you have, and go from there. So, and back here, of course, is an advertisement for magicthegathering.com, all things magic, and that is like that's the sweetest blade. I mean, check out that thing. That's ridiculous. Super cool. All right, so let's take a look at this box. This box is sweet. You can use it after you open the packs, after you get all the stuff out of it. It does hold your cards, and will give you some sort of storage for a period of time. They do this in order to make sure that the package is large enough and that the sleeve fits correctly, as it were, on top of it. So let's get rid of these little pieces. All right. We have our booster packs, complete with the spin down die attached, which is interesting. And I think these all have different clan symbols. We'll figure out which one that is. And over here we have both a land pack and 4 more booster packs over here. So this has 5 booster packs and the die, and this has 4 booster packs and the lands. Over here we have 2 different deck boxes. So if you want to build decks, particularly limited decks, and sort of construct this deck box, you too can fold this thing up, and then you have a deck box that's ready to go. And it has a real cool picture of Sarkhan on this one, and we can make that one, which is neat. So that goes over here. And over here we have Zergo Helm Smasher, because, smashing helms is what he does. That's his business. Don't be encroaching. Because, somebody's got to smash the helms, and someone's got to show you how to do it. So between that, we have these 2 deck boxes that fold up really nicely. They both have the same front art right here, and then they have different back arts right here with Sarkhan and Zergo. Brah, who will win? No one knows. All right. So over here we're going to have our land pack. We'll do that first, and we'll take a look at the die here in a minute. And we'll get the packs out. We've been opening plenty of those via my complete booster box unboxing. If you're curious and want to go check that out, and we'll talk about it again here in a little bit. The lands are by themselves, so this was it was a package in a package. This was Inception packaging. So I'm going to peel this off here and take a look at how many lands we're getting. We're getting lots of cool lands. Look at all the lands we're getting. So many sweet lands. I like it. They all have different artworks, and they're all really cool. And Noah Bradley did this one. I'm friendos with Noah online, and he does a great job. And I always like his work. He also did this piece, which is really sweet. I think Sam Burley absolutely killed it with this land. Look at this thing. It is amazing. It is easily, not close, my favorite piece of artwork from the set. I just love it. You can see the Archer's Parapet over here, which is really great. I just absolutely love it, and I'm infatuated with it. So we're going to have a ton of lands, and you can build all the decks with these things, which will be sweet. And with cards like these that we're about to open. So here we have some packs. Now, previously, I'm not going to spoil it, but there was a number that I was looking for in the booster box opening of how many fetchlands I was going to get. And I would love to see if I actually amend that number through these different cards. So if you want to hear me talk about a lot of these cards, check out the booster box on opening or the complete set review. But either way, Ruthless Ripper is a card and is very, very, very good. And Dig Through Time is the best blue card in the set. It is super powerful, but ultimately it's not that powerful. Like Wizards certainly is making blue bad right now. Like, and by that I mean like just not as good as all the other colors, which means it's probably going to be amazing if they give it any decent cards in the upcoming sets. But that's okay. We'll keep our rares over here and our stuff over here. Ooh, and a foil Salt Patrol. Look at that. Salt Road Patrol. Get it right. All right, so that's shiny. Next up, I'm ready for some sweet rares. Are you ready? I'm ready. Crippling Chill. That's a cool reprint, I think, from Avacyn Restored, as I recall. Awaken the Bear, because sometimes your giant growths need 2 more mana, but it gives you trample, which is really sweet. Lens of Clarity is still terrible. Don't play it. Stubborn Denial is cool, as I mentioned previously. I think this card is very powerful. Could see some play in older formats, but I don't know. Tuskguard Captain, that's a card which is very good with Outlast, and Dragon Throne of Tarkir is the release promo, as I recall. And again, if you're able to activate this, it's probably close to game over. And the really cool thing is you're able to equip it and then pay 2 and activate it, and then equip it to something else and pay 2 and activate it again, and you get like twice as many bonuses. And that can easily be backbreaking in any sort of limited environment. All right. So, Paxies, let's do this. Oh, you know, I'm getting excited. I'm just trying to burn through the rare. All right, I know it's a gold rare. I don't know what else is in it, but I know it was a gold one. So we'll check out what that may or may not be. Have your Thornwood Falls. I still love that name. All right, so Abzan Battle Priest. I wouldn't actually see this one here recently, but it is very powerful. It is a super good card. It's one of those cards that you don't necessarily want to play on turn 4 versus like using Outlast on your guys and then playing this to give them all lifelink because that's really, really powerful to just have something that just kind of like turns on automatically. Horde Ambusher is great. Dead Drop is super powerful and limited, but that's an Abzan Ascendancy, and that's better than all of those in limited. Pick one, pack one. You're going to windmill slam this, and it's going to do good things, and it's going to put you directly into Abzan, the clan. All right. Next booster pack. So good. Digging this card. And we need bad cards, like Valley Dasher, so other cards look really good. Because, like, this one's also really bad. That's okay. Monstrate Flock is good. It provides a lot of gameplay. Rodney Mastodon is weird as a 2/8. I still don't really kind of get it, but, you know, we need high toughnesses because that's fun. Jeskai Student, I love Prowess. I think it's an amazing mechanic. They did a great job on it. Our Gurmag or Gurmag Swiftwing. Weird, kind of interesting name. Interesting card in that there's a lot of abilities on a 1/2. You know, how good can that Squire be? Take Up Arms, also known as Re-Raise the Alarm, as we discussed. Very powerful. Teamer Charger. Unmorphing for free is always powerful, always, and you're going to enjoy it. Crackling Doom. So good. It's weird, and I was, you know, we talked a little bit about this in the complete set review, and that this art is just not very iconic. It's just kind of like things are happening, and like there's a little like bzz thing going, and like a dude's running or something, like whatever. Ultimately, this is an incredibly powerful card, and being able to have an edict that doesn't just get like, you know, you sack a 1/1 like token or whatever. Like this is guaranteed to get the best thing that they probably have. And as a result, it is super playable and would not be surprised to see it in standard by any means. All right, so we're going to work over here on the other side, which we have the die and the 5 packs. So we get to open even more Magic cards for your viewing enjoyment, ladies and gentlemen. So let's see, who is our clan? Oh, sweet, we're the Abzan. Check that out. Can I get that up there to the camera in the right way? Abzani, yes. Yes, I love it. Yes. Check that out. Sweet. Sweet, I love it. All right, cool. So the Abzan die is cool. There's one for every clan, all in different colors, of course, which is sweet. Inoc Tracker. He's a fine man. Let's see here. Mold and snakeskin. Abomination Goodoo. What? That's weird. Dismal Backwash. Let's see, Lens of Clarity still terrible. Now, Winter Flame, this is the artist formerly known as Electrolyze, and no one really wanted this versus Electrolyze, but now we kind of live in a world where Electrolyze is probably too good, I guess. So that kind of makes me sad. But basically, every spell that is an instant blue, red, and a colorless until the end of time will be compared to Electrolyze, and it will probably compare poorly. Cranial Archive, as we've mentioned, you know, probably the prettiest foil and may see constructed play just as an answer to graveyard decks. Dragon's Eye Savant is great. Retribution of the Ancients is not, and it's generally unplayable in limited beyond anything from a casual format, as it were. So let's keep going. Our Mardi Horde Chief, he's a fine man. Let's see, we have our Savage Punches, who everyone needs to be savage punching everyone, as they should. Snowhorn Rider is a really cool Magic card, a 5 mana, well, the unmorph it 5 mana 5/5, which is very powerful. Incremental Growth, probably the most powerful limited card in this pack because it is stupidly powerful. It is really difficult unless we pull a crazy mythic or something. There's Despise. Still don't think it's going to see a lot of play, but Ash Cloud Phoenix, hey, talking about mythics. This might be the Phoenix that gets there. You know, there's been a lot of Phoenixes in Magic, and they've all been kind of disappointing. Chandra's Phoenix being the real rare exception. And as a result, you know, to like run this out on turn 4, they have to deal with it and it comes back, or they have to take 4, or they have to trade one of their flyers for it. So could be very, very powerful. Keep an eye on this card. You know, it definitely has sleeper potential. Let's put it that way. All right, more Paxies. I love packs. Valley Dasher, he's bad. Let's see here. Rite of the Serpent. Obzon Guide is very good. Unyielding Krumar is very good. Highland Game is fine. Tranquil Cove is definitely playable. Brave the Sands is not. Secret Plans is 100% not. Mardi Rough Rider is fantastic. I like it a whole lot. And there's Grim Haru specs. Again, the 1 mana unmorphing on this is super, super powerful and allows you to set up a board state where you're able to draw a bunch of cards off his sweet ability, and that's great. Okay. So here is a rules reference card that also comes in the package that they kind of shoehorn between some booster packs. So when I undo this, it kind of gives you a little bit of the basic how to play, and you know, cards turn sideways to tap, and here's a Friday Night Magic thing, and back here we talk about phases of a turn and tells you sort of every single phase and what you should be and could be doing. Up here, you know, stuff like each player starts with 20 life and you die with 0 life or no cards in your library, whichever comes first. So good old-fashioned rules reference card, which you may or may not need depending on your experience with the game. All right, so we have our Rush of Battle. So rushy. Alpine Grizzly is playable as a 3-mana 4/2. Turns on your Ferocious. You know, it's weird that bears are not 2/2s, but, you know, what are you going to do? Magic changes. Blinding Spray is always good because it hits every creature they control and it draws you a card. That's very, very good. Sandstep Citadel, I hadn't opened one of these yet. This is obviously the Obzon Triland. It is very, very powerful. Quiet Contemplation, I love drafting around this type of card. I love the fact that these cards exist so you can draft around them and you can get some really sweet value. Master of Pearls is a monster limited bomb, and if you're in white, you're always going to play it because it is stupidly crazy powerful. When you flip this thing up and your team gets ridiculous and mows over your opponent's creatures or just kills them outright, which is probably what's going to happen. All right, cool. Keep it moving. We got our last pack, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, no. Well, I hope it's good. I hope it's wonderful. I got high hopes, ladies and gentlemen. High hopes. All right. Skullkin, fine card. Mardi Horde Chief. Wow, this pack is stacked. You've got Aerostorm, you got Mardi Horde Chief, you got Sultai Scavenger, Hootie Mandrills, very, very playable. Obviously, you got your dual lands, which are fine. Obzon Guide, which is fairly okay. Mardu Blazebringer, which is unplayable. Don't play that card. Armament Core, which is very playable. Play this card. Dead Drop. And then, oh, Flying Crane Technique, what? This was the card that began, like, wait a minute, are they the Wu-Tang Clan? They're the Wu-Tang Clan. And then it became the Wu-Tang Clan, and once the Wu-Tang Clan happened, it was just the greatest thing of all time. So, like, the Jeskai are the Wu-Tang Clan. This is bringing the ruckus. I love it. It's amazing. You know, Jeskai rules everything around me. Like, it's a dream. You know what I'm saying? It's amazing. So this card is great. This card is a huge, crazy, limited bomb. It just blows up. There's almost no way you can beat this card. It's dumb. Really, really sweet. All right, so that was our complete unboxing of the Fat Pack for Khans of Tarkir. I really enjoyed it, and I hope you guys did too. Fat Packs are really sweet to kind of get you into a set, give you a bunch of packs so you can open, give you a cool kind of memento of the set, kind of reinforce the themes and whatnot that they're doing with this one. It gives you a Fat Pack box that you can keep all of your cards in later and gives you enough lands to kind of get started building decks. And that, for me, is the end of our unboxing series. I've unboxed a booster box. I've unboxed the Fat Pack. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I had a great time sort of going through the set, seeing what the packs look like, seeing what it feels like, the experience of unboxing this product, which is great. And if you want to see more unboxings, you can watch me unbox that booster box of Khans of Tarkir over here. And if you want to see more M15 unboxings, you can check it out over here with my buddy Brad Nelson because he's awesome. You can subscribe and like to start the game so you can see more content just like this. Because until next time, Magic players, this is Evan Erwin, tapping the cards so you don't have to.